James Durbecker here with Crescent Kayaks, and today we're introducing you to the K-Craft. The number one word we thought about when designing this kayak was different, and we combined paddle, fish, and power to create something that is completely unique to the industry. We've been producing paddle boards and part of projects with paddle boards for over 10 years. We've been part of awesome Microskiff projects and been part of that development. And our reputation for kayaks and our experience speaks for itself. We pulled on all of that time on the water on all these different vessels and created the K-Craft. So let's go through this thing, bow through stern. I'll touch on all the new features. We got a lot of new awesome things to show you guys. So starting out at the bow, you'll see a really sharp entry. We'll get to the hull, but you can see the overall profile and shape is really sleek and almost, really makes that board feel. So with all Crescent kayaks, we'll have our injection molded handles done in Virginia by Yak Attack, a really great partnership. This feature right here, we put a lot of work into it. In the shop, my partner that we developed this with and did the design with, we have like a code name on it, calling it the paddle mitten. That's our inside name for it. Ultimately, it's going to be a vertical paddle park. There's a ton of advantages, especially on this type of craft, to having a vertical paddle park. When you're standing, you don't have to do the set down, pick up, and that's going to be great advantages when fishing, also as a powered platform as well. And we're really pleased with how this performs. Super rigid. We actually put an EVA foam pad in here. What that's going to allow you to do, if you just do this paddle park straight on, it actually interferes with you as the paddler. This foam pad kit allows you to actually be coming at a complete side angle, making it extremely useful. Now we get into our hatch system. We wanted to do a enclosed hatch. By the nature of this board, it's low profile. You're going to be interacting with the water. It's going to, naturally have, a wet element to it. So what we developed with this is going to be a completely enclosed hatch. That's going to be, it's still a great size for putting your valuables, mask if you're going snorkeling, soft plastics, and then you're going to get into familiar design cues and features that you know from Crescent. Really great webbed hinges. We like utilitarian stuff. You can beat on this thing. It's not going to break down like injection plastic can at time. Stainless steel grommet, always stainless steel hardware. We do, again, shout out to my cyclers out there. I'm in maybe the little spandex nowadays, not the mountain bike stuff, but we do have a bike culture in our shop. Hex heads for that, that's going to be a stationary part. We don't want that to strip out. Really cool paddle park. So again, I think what the theme's going to be on this boat is versatility, versatility, versatility. You can do this thing so many different ways. So we have the vertical paddle park. We also have the rod saver, really prevalent in fishing bass boats. We've partnered with them and integrated into our kayaks. But this is going to let you do a low paddle park. And if you follow this line, you'll also see rod butts in the floor. These can align right into here as well, and that can let you strap down your rods. For this hatch also, we developed a really cool system, just straight down force. And we were able to do that by, we don't have them on the landing here. We went right into that bulkhead wall, and this hatch has awesome down force. Again, it's sealed, but it's still great, the seal that we have on this. So I think what's going to be so important on a standing platform is going to be rigidity. So how we were able to achieve that, again guys, when I go like that, that means kiss off. That's the bottom and the top of this product fusing together through plastic kiss offs or molding. And we have a ton of structure throughout this platform. So you're going to be able to walk around this. There is no flexing. It's a very rigid platform, but it's also going to be a very stable platform. And this is what I want to touch on with this product. Crescent is known for playful, having a great secondary edge. That means you can lean into the kayak and really perform with it. If we just took one of our normal kayaks, cut the top off on it, and put a flat top on it, we've done nothing. What we did is, this is the first primary stability kayak made by Crescent. So all you guys, how's the stability? How's the primary, is it stable enough? This is the boat for you. Of course, in true Crescent fashion, we still have a little bit of play. It's still gonna paddle with that spirit that you expect from us, but I can guarantee you this is, and we will demonstrate it over and over again, a very stable platform. Let's come to the deck and touch on some really cool and innovative features into it. The first one I want to touch on, you go, well, what are these 4 bolts doing here in the floor? So what those are actually are basically anchor systems. They're molded in inserts, so that basically means we take a bushing and mold it into the plastic. What that's going to allow you to do is you're going to have 4 anchor points. Now, in the world of fishing and kayaking, we know you guys are going to do whatever you want with the things. But what we intentionally designed for here is there's going to be 2 different cages or leaning bars, if you will. There's going to be, and I'm really excited about them, so I'm going to grab it just to demonstrate it to you. So this one's going to be the low bar. It's a really cool accessory. It's going to be ready to go. Let me get the name right. It's going to be, you know, a kayak accessory cage, but this is going to be the low one for kayaks, and it will bolt directly into the floor. So in kayaks, we'll have it low, so there's a really great sight line. And then on the power one, which I'll demonstrate to you guys later, there's going to be the same setup, but with a sleeved leaning bar. It's going to let you hold on when you're motoring, lean up against it when fly fishing. It's a really, really versatile product. So this will bolt directly into the floor, and then, you know, we were looking at, I love why factors. Why do you want this product? And Scott Butcher does a lot of fishing development with us. He had an awesome idea. I was like, rod tubes, and he's like, dude, cut all the rod tubes out and do this awesome Yak Attack accessory rail. So we partnered with Yak Attack anodized rail here, and the more and more we use these, I absolutely love it. And again, getting back to the versatility of this product. To me, yes, this can be a paddleboard on its own. It can be a kayak on its own. It's awesome under power, guys. You're gonna love it under power. But what's so cool is when this thing starts overlapping and merging and becomes the K-Craft. And when it becomes the K-Craft is when we start integrating these unique features like this. We have made the SUP Plus. It was a great platform, but you know what? Like, if we're not getting better every day, if we're not evolving as a company, then we're not doing our job. Spent thousands of hours on the water, and all of that's integrated into this thing. And what we learned from the SUP Plus is, crazy, a tall seat can be more comfortable. So we are gonna do the tall seat on this. It relieves any tension on your hips, and ultimately it's a great feature for popping up and down, because you're closer to that standing point. As an overall product, it is a killer platform, but also how you attach your products and accessories to the product, that's going to be very important as a platform as well. So there is no one better in the industry at doing that than Yak Attack. They've been a long-term partner of ours, American made. You know, we beat our chests together on that. They do fantastic stuff. So you're going to say, we're going to do anodized track. But you might go, well, why anodized track? And I'll tell you why. For multiple different reasons. One, you know, obviously stronger, but we have a really cool foot peg system. So you can sit here, go foot pegs into this rail system. Really great features with that. I also want to touch on this pad kit, because this was a really cool development. We actually brought the guys in. You want to talk about value too. Anyone who's ever done sea deck, you know, sea deck the boat knows that stuff is a premium, but it's a premium because of the quality of the product. So we actually had the guys from Sea Deck and HydroTurf come to our factory, and we laid this whole thing out together, and they did some really cool aesthetics for the first time ever with us. So we'll have a really cool black outside routed pin on the outside, but on the inside we did a beveled edge full pad kit. And what that's going to do, a number of different things. Obviously, it's going to make it much more comfortable, slip resistant, and it's going to dampen everything and all your interactions. If you want to have a dog up here, it's going to be totally comfortable. Again, this boat is just all about space, versatility, customization. For the K-Craft, we also thought there was an additional option for seating. Instead of using anything else in the market, we thought we could develop our own. So you guys have been introduced to it. It is the Kayak Cooler, and it was specifically developed to be paired with the K-Craft. I can tell you guys, we were far into development on this, and once we started realizing how amazing and useful a cooler could be, we kind of went into a mad scramble to design it in time to release almost simultaneously with this product. So again, this is the Kayak Cooler, and a really cool way we integrated it into the K-Craft is we utilize these security bars, stainless steel, ultra strong, and it uses mini cam straps and can strap directly into the K-Craft. And really cool thing, still completely accessible into the cooler. And this is such a great platform for power, all different types of ways. Taking your cool goods out for the day, can use it as a battery box storage. It's a great way to take out on a paddleboard as well. So coming to the tank well, again, bungees are dead. The further we get into the mini cam straps, the more cluster and mess bungees seem to me. So this is completely versatile. I mean, just locks gear down, amazing. And we, in the design, realized that it is great to be able to strap everything down right across the center line, but also sometimes you're gonna, again, this same cooler can shift back to here and you can have accessibility, but we went ahead and included the vertical tie down loops. Additionally, this will come with an extra mini cam strap in your front tank well when it's shipped to you. So you will have 2 mini cam straps to be able to strap your gear down on either side. Black pack fits perfect here. You want to lock a black pack down, totally doable. We left the footprint for a hatch. I love the sealed hull, the style of boat this thing is. I love just it being completely airtight, but for the guys that have to have that access to it, we did that. But the great thing is you do not have to have access to do power pull, plate, anything of that nature. We go ahead and have included all of those patterns and ability to bolt directly in, utilizing those molded inserts that we already touched on. We will touch on it on the Microsi Edition, but we have developed a really great plate to go here as well. And then in a new Crescent First, this board is all about clean lines, and we didn't want you to be busting or getting into anything with handles here. So we designed a whole new handle concept, and it's right here, this grab handle at the back, extremely comfortable and just a great way to be able to control this board. And it kind of keeps to that clean silhouette, that clean style of in that paddle board realm. Now let's talk about the hull, which at Crescent we like to say is the spirit of the kayak. So this might be my favorite part of the walkthrough, where we really get to talk about the design elements that go into the kayak, and ultimately it's going to determine how it performs. So we decided to go with a really sharp bow, and that's going to give you a really great entry, which is going to move the kayak, really cuts through the water. Now typically with a Crescent hull, if you're familiar with ours, is we have a lot of volume down the center here. Well, we still opted for that keel system, so it's gonna make sure that it tracks, but we recessed it a little bit more. And the star of the show is gonna ultimately be these 2 really large pontoons on either side. That's gonna be where your primary stability is gonna come from. And when we say primary stability, what that means is you're not gonna get a lot of travel before these pontoons give you feedback. All that volume is gonna really help you. I've actually been able to stand 2 feet almost off to the side of this thing. And of course though, if you come take a step back, you can see this thing still has an awesome rocker profile. So it's not gonna plunge through waves, and also it's still going to be nimble. And that was the biggest challenge with this kayak, is how do we blend primary stability with still having a boat that's nimble and maneuverable. And I think this hull is an absolute beautiful blend between primary stability, maneuverability, tracking, and paddling performance. And it's right on brand and to the standard that you guys expect from Crescent. We're also going to offer the K-Craft in a Microsi Edition. Now, it might surprise you about Crescent, as we are known as a paddling brand, but we love small crafts, we love motors. I grew up doing a lot of small boating up north, and so we also are very passionate about small crafts as well. And we just couldn't pass on the opportunity to I can tell you guys, we've done a lot of kayaks, and I promise you, this was a year in development. The goal is to make it look easy, but integrating with the cooling and all that, integrating the leaning bar, making the kayak cooler, different plate systems, really nailing this whole design for power. I can tell you this setup right here is probably the most excited I've ever been for a full product to come together. So let's touch on what is the Microsi Edition. We just wanted this thing to be robust and overbuilt, so we did a really awesome plate back here that's gonna let you hold up to a 3 horsepower motor, custom built plate by us, powder coated. And then instead of the high seat, we're gonna opt for the Kayak Cooler. It's gonna let you kind of caddy corner if you're running a tiller, just a really comfortable option under power. And then this is a really cool leaning bar that we developed. It's very similar to the red one we touched on. It's gonna be able to take all the accessory rails from Yak Attack, take all of Yak Attack's accessories. And a really cool thing we wanted to do, it's kind of a 2-in-1 option. So this is sleeve, so it's actually removable. So you can take this off, it'll come with caps. So if you're paddling it as a kayak, you'll be able to remove this, have it low and capped, or if you are standing, you keep it leaning bar. This thing is awesome for fly fishing, holding on, stand up and seated. I'm in love with this thing. It was a little stressful developing, but we absolutely, in my opinion, nailed it, and I'm very happy with it. So let's touch on the specs of the K-Craft. It's a great time to talk. Let's talk about weight. This product is 60 pounds. And I just think in the Microskiff world, being able to take this kind of power, the way we engineered it, being 60 pounds is an awesome and unique option in the small power world. So it is 60 pounds, 33 inches wide. That is the most you'll ever get out of 33 inches wide. The thing is absolutely stable. Those pontoons we touched on in the whole walkthrough gonna make for a really stable platform. And then it's gonna be just shy of 12 foot, 1110. Of course, we're using the absolute best resins in the industry. And guys, if you want an awesome paddling, versatile platform for fishing, be able to power it, kind of the do anything, primary stability from Crescent, it's the K-Craft. And please, it's in stores now. Please support our dealers. They're the bloodline of Crescent. You can't sell something this unique and complicated and new at box stores. We need our local paddle shops, and they are so important to paddling community and our brand. So please, out at stores now, go see them. They'll educate you guys, walk you through all the different facets, options, features. We have a great power vessel now. A lot of them have great partnerships with motor companies. We're gonna do one of our own that's coming out later, but we are just absolutely pleased with the product and can't wait for you guys to get on this thing. Microskiff, kayak, paddleboard. It's a K-Craft.